how I quit my job and boost my career not once, not twice, but 7 times in 9 years. What's up, you guys? It's Kevin here, and I just want to say that having a job is actually a good thing. A job helps you pay for your living costs, helps you pay for your traveling, keeps you away from being homeless on the street, and you even help stimulate the country's economy. So, well done. But me, well, I changed job 7 times in 9 years, and before you make any judgment, I just want to say that I am not your typical millennial who has no loyalty for any company. In fact, I'm not even a millennial as much as you think I am. I just happen to have really young genes that kept me looking like this in my 30s. Mid 30s. So how did I quit my job and give myself a career boost 7 times? Well, take out a pen and paper and prepare to take some notes because this is going to be life-changing. Just kidding, I'm just a regular guy. There's nothing special or different about me. Firstly, I will never ever quit my job without first securing myself with another job. Quitting your job without securing another job is just dumb. Nobody does that. Nobody should ever do it. And if you happen to be one of those who did that, then yeah. Now, why shouldn't you quit your job before you secure another job? Simple, because you want to give yourself as much leverage as possible. Let's face it, 80% of the time, whenever you change your job, it has always got to be something to do with money. Now, once I secure a new job, I do not just hand in my resignation letter immediately or accept the new offer. So what I usually do is I will have a meeting with my manager and have a quick chat about my new possible jobs. Chances are I may get a counter offer, whether it's in terms of pay or career advancements. Like for me, most of the time they would try and match my offered pay because they want to keep me. And if we manage to talk it out, it will still work out in my favor. It's a win-win situation. Just make sure you don't do it with arrogance and bragging all the way, especially to nice employers. You still need to stay humble because you never know when you're going to need a good referee in the future. But if you truly hate the employer, then by all means, go ahead and make them back. Having said that, to give your career a boost isn't just about quitting your job and finding a new one in 1.5 years to 2 years. When you're in the job, you still need to work extremely hard so that you gain as much experience as possible. Whenever there's a chance to learn new things or participate in any projects, I will never hesitate to jump in, even if I do not know anything. I always try my best to be the best employee possible, one that always gives but hardly receives. In the end, just work so hard till you know you are indispensable. You have to reach this stage first before you can go to the next level. Your career is not going to go up by itself if you yourself aren't going anywhere. And besides, I always find that quitting your job is a lot easier to get a pay rise than waiting for a promotion. There's nothing better than that feeling of giving yourself a career boost you deserve. I mean, think about it. For every job change I did, I gave myself a 10 to 20% pay rise. Because when the employer asked me what's my expected salary, naturally, I can give any numbers I want, right? Well, as long as it is not ridiculous. And if they can't make me that offer, I just don't accept the job. It is not impossible to ask for a 20% increase because for every new job you apply, it will always be the next level in your career, am I right? Why would you apply for a job that is on the same level and you expect a much higher pay? You gotta be reasonable. And I can do that because I'm always learning on the job. I'm always upskilling myself whenever I get the chance to. Because I have a goal and I want to achieve that goal as quickly as possible. And to me, changing a job to get a higher level role is a lot easier than waiting for a promotion. Here's the thing. I'm from a country called Malaysia, and I moved to Australia about 15 years ago. When I first got my first job, I had a really hard time trying to fit into the work culture here. And being an introvert, things just aren't getting any easier for me. And even after 15 years, I still couldn't fit in. My accent isn't Australian. It's a mix of Australian and Malaysian and a bit of American due to all the sitcoms I watched. And no one could tell where I'm from. It's like I'm from a different planet. Now put yourself in my perspective. Do you think someone like me, someone who can't even talk at the same level with the upper level management because of my poor vocabulary, do you think I will ever get a chance to get promoted? Not the slightest. Let me tell you something I learned after 7 different jobs. It doesn't matter if you're the hardest worker in your team. It doesn't matter if you are the one putting in all the late night works. If you do not fit in and you do not know how to play the office politics, your chances of getting a promotion is 5%. That's right, getting promoted is all about your ability to speak. Now, of course, I'm not saying I can't speak. I just can't do office talks. The topics that I talk about is like how to find more money, career advancement, how to earn more side income, and side hustles. All these topics is not going to work well no matter what company I work for. Do you think my employer will enjoy it if I were to tell them that my mobile apps side business occasionally generates me more money than what they pay me? No, the answer is no, they will not enjoy it. How do I know? It is because I told my own boss during a Christmas party because I was a little bit drunk. And after that, I lost all the leverage I worked so hard to build. So, lessons learned. Now, you can easily argue that staying in the same job is not a bad thing. Company loyalty is a good thing, and we need more of that nowadays. I always find that people who can say that, they never truly experience the consequences of staying in the same company for too long. What triggered me to put myself first ahead of loyalty is throughout my career, I have seen many people being made redundant whenever there's a restructure. And the victims are always the ones who have been working for the same company for 10 to 20 years. They are being targeted because if they get a yearly pay increment of say 3%, and after many years, after all these years, they are still in that same position, then that position right now is going to cost the company a lot more. From the business point of view, it's actually more cost effective to make that person redundant and then rehire someone else who is younger with lesser experience. That's just how it works. I've seen many colleagues, ex-colleagues, and friends of mine. They stay in the same job for years, and some of them are still in their first ever job. Now, if you're in your 20s, 30s, or even in your 40s, that's fine because those are your prime years. But if you get made redundant in your 50s, then good luck finding another job that suits your level of experience. You're either too experienced or too expensive by that time if you are still not at a managerial position. And think about it, how many managerial positions are there and how many colleagues do you have to compete with in order to fight for that one managerial position when it becomes available? Alright, so there is one negative thing that can happen from doing what I did, and that is if you lose your job and you need a referee for your new job, chances are you're going to have a hard time looking for a good reference. But not me though, because I leave all my jobs on good terms. And if you work hard on your job instead of surfing the internet all the time, then people are going to find it really hard to give you a bad reference. In fact, they might even offer you a job if there's an opening. So don't be a jerk and say whatever is on your mind whenever you quit your job, no matter how much you hated that job, because you never know when that's going to come back and bite you. And of course, for someone like me, I do not like to have my life being controlled by someone else, especially when it comes to money, which is why whilst I was building my career, I also have a contingency plan. I started my own mobile apps side business and gradually built it every day as time goes. Because I know when I hit my 50s, I will have a hard time looking for jobs, and I always wanted to start my own business anyway, so everything is all planned out. My business right now is definitely not where I want it to be for sure, but at least I have a goal and I have a plan in place. So guys, remember, to boost your career quickly, all you need to do is get a job, work really hard and learn on the job, and make yourself indispensable. When you have nothing left to learn, which I am sure you will know deep inside of you, then look for new challenges, look for new opportunities. And always try to aim for managerial positions or team leads. Positions that requires you to manage a team or people, they are the positions that are here to stay. If you have trouble getting to those positions, upskill yourself by taking some courses or some certifications if you're in the tech industry. But most importantly, always put yourself and your career first ahead of anything else. I'm not saying this in a selfish way. I'm just saying it because that is the reasonable thing to do. Alright, so that's it from me. Like my video if you find this video useful to you, and leave me a comment and tell me what did you gain from watching this video, or if you have any questions you would like to ask, leave it in the comments. Also, consider subscribing to my channel for more weekly videos. I upload new videos once or twice a week, depending on the weather. Thank you for your time and thank you for watching. I'll see you again in the next video. See ya.